What's up guys, my name is Hydros and welcome to week 2 versus the Detroit Red Wingulls in the NPC Battle League. If you guys don't know what the NPC is, it's just like the GBA. We're a competitive Wi-Fi battling league with 8 teams, I myself being the Charlotte Houndooms, and today we are going against Super Lugia, coach of the Detroit Red Wingulls. Now guys, I didn't have a week 1 battle, let me just go ahead and touch on that for a little bit. Stachel, aka Krona of the Cleveland Infernames, was not around at the time. He was actually on vacation, and when he was trying to message me, trying to battle, I was either busy or asleep or something like that. But we're gonna try and get the week 1 battle up and ready for you guys. We'll go back to that battle. Probably we'll see how we're gonna deal with that. But as of right now, week 1 was a forfeit on his part because, I mean, I was ready. I was around at the time. But just for fairness sakes, if we can get this kind of figured out and settled, we will go back and do week 1 as well. Also, I'll do a team recap and a team analysis as well following this video because I know I haven't done one yet. At the time, my capture card has stopped working, so yeah, I haven't been able to really do much of, I didn't get to do a live comm like I wanted with this battle, so on top of that I had my capture card go out and whatnot, but I did have someone help me record this video for you guys, so thank you to MetaFactor for helping me out with that. Alright guys, now let's go ahead and get into the battle and into his team. He has Galvantula, Fortress, and a bunch of setup Pokemon that can set up hazards such as Sticky Web, Rocks, and I'm just like, oh, what do I do? I know I have Salamence, I know I have a lot of Flyers, and I'm some of my Pokemon are really weak to Walks, being the Arcanine, Salamence, and I thought, you know, I need a Defogger. I need something to just either get rid of these things for good and to also take on the Pokemon as well, or just to basically bounce back, if you will. So I thought, ooh, I need to get a Pokemon with Magic Bounce. I don't have to waste the turn with Defog. I can just have the Magic Bounce on the field, either switch into it or have it already on the field, and that way we can, you know, just bounce back the Rocks, bounce back the Sticky Web and whatnot. So I was looking at what people have chosen and what Pokemon were left that actually had Magic Bounce, and I saw Xatu. So we picked up Xatu, we dropped Vileplume for Xatu, and now we have a Magic Bouncer. And also a flying type, which I did have a flying type in Salamence, but I didn't have a flying type in that regards to just go for flying type moves, because I don't run any flying type moves on Salamence. So let's just go over his team really quick. He has Emboar, Galvantula, Seismitoad, Roserade, Mega Garchomp, and Gardevoir. My team being Xatu, Salamence, Weezing, Mega Gardevoir, Electros, and Lucario. Now, when I was looking at his team, I was like, okay, Galvantula either going to lead Sticky Web, Seismitoad either being a physical or, I guess, special ball. I was thinking physical, or at least, you know, some along those lines. Roserade being a slightly special offensive Pokemon, probably mixed with special defense investment. Mega Garchomp to hit hard on the physical side, and Mega Gardevoir I was either predicting to be Specs or possibly Scarf, but I was thinking Specs or something along the lines of that. And then Emboar being the physical, it can be, I use Emboar as a physical defensive mon, so that's what my mindset is. I'm thinking Emboar, he's going to use that as a physical bulk, or possibly mixed into attack as well, because I know Emboar can hit like a truck if need be, as far as I remember using Emboar. But that's pretty much it. The Seismitoad was going to be a problem because I didn't have any grass-type Pokemon, but I was like, wait a minute, I have Electros. So what I did was I specially invested Electros all the way in Special Attack, and I gave it some Giga Drain abilities, so we'll see how that's going to play out in this match. So let's go ahead and begin, guys. Let's go ahead and begin. Alright, guys, so we're going to begin the match here. Supra issuing the challenge, and he is going to start off with his Gardevoir, and I'm going to lead with my Mayan, the Xatu. So I predicted him to lead with the Galvantula, but he actually leads with a Trace Gardevoir, tracing my Magic Bounce. So I decide, hey, I'm gonna get up out of here. I'm figuring a Moonblast is coming my way, so I go into Tears my Electros, which is Assault Vested, to take this Moonblast. Now, Moonblast is going to roughly do 25 to 30% damage, and he is going to withdraw, and this is where the predictions already started to come into play. He goes on to Seismitoad. I predict him to go out into the Seismitoad, protecting my Volt Switch, and I just go ahead and Giga Drain that thing. I Giga Drain that thing really hard, and I knock it out in one hit. Now, I knew I was going to knock it out because it's 4 times effective, and I'm very especially offensive in this thing. So he goes on to his Roserade, I do have the flamethrower. He's going to go ahead and go with his sludge bomb, I guess trying to get the poison on me, but I'm going to go ahead and flamethrower this thing, doing about 45-ish% damage to this thing, but it does have black sludge recovery. And that's just that. He tries to go for the sleep powder, but he does avoid it, and we go for another flamethrower, bringing this thing down to about 25% health left, right down into the red. And I assume he was going to sleep powder again, so I do go ahead and switch out into Mayan, the Xatu, which will magic bounce back the sleep powder to Roserade, but it's not going to affect Roserade regardless, since Roserade can't be put to sleep with sleep powder because it is a grass type. But Mayan does bounce it back, and we get a free switch in basically to Mayan, not being affected at all. And it is going to bring it, his Black Sludge is going to bring it back up to roughly 30-ish% as he withdraws his Roserade, I guess predicting either a Psychic or a Flying type move. But he goes into his his Garchomp, his Mega Garchomp, and I go ahead and just go for the Psychic, doing about 30-ish% to his Garchomp, which I think that's a pretty good amount of damage right there. I'm not really especially invested in my special attack, but you know, I thought that was pretty good damage for what this thing was. But he goes for the Dragon Claw. That's going to do roughly about 60-ish% as I go for the Tailwind to kind of give my team a bit of a speed boost here to deal with Mega Garchomp and also his Gardevoir, which I can assume is either Scarfed at this point or he is just Specs, because he did switch out and he switched on one move and he only used Moonblast, so I figured he was choiced in some way. I go for the Giga Drain, retrieving my health back up as he goes for the Substitute, and I'm sitting there going, oh no, Substitute, no, we cannot have this Substitute, because if he goes for the Dragon Dance, we are screwed. We are indeed screwed. But I remembered I have Tailwind up, so I do outspeed, and I will get this thing gone out of here and get this broken with my Psychic. Luckily, the Psychic was enough to take out the Substitute, and he goes for another Dragon Claw, bringing me down to roughly 11 health, actually. 11 health, and my leftovers does boost me back up to about 21. So, Mayan's still hanging in there, being a boss like she is, and she's just hanging in. He withdraws his Garchomp to go out into his Gardevoir, and I decide, you know what, I think we're going to switch out. I think I switched out here, did I? No, I used Giga Drain just to get some health back on this Gardevoir. It does run relatively nothing to Gardevoir, so I figured it was probably invested in special defense in some way, shape, or form. So, you know, I didn't really think too much of this Gardevoir. I figured mine was either going to go down as my Tailwind does peter out, but I do withdraw mine just to save the Magic Bounce because he does have that Galvantula in the back. Luckily for him, if he wants to set up a Sticky Web and that thing is gone, he can get a free Sticky Web up without my Magic Bounce. But he goes for the Moonblast, and he's just going to basically take out my Electros here. I decided, hey, we're just going to let this thing go down because there's nothing I can really do with Electros at this point. Even though Flamethrower could be super effective on Galvantula, but I'm going to go out into my Lucario, and at this point he withdraws his Gardevoir, I guess either predicting the Bullet Punch, or he was predicting maybe some sort of close combat or something, but he goes out into his Roserade as I go for the Poison Jab. I knew Poison Jab probably would have took out the Gardevoir, maybe, I don't know, but it does take out its Roserade. Luckily, we take out the Roserade. That thing could have been a huge problem as well with the poisonings and whatnot. Luckily, Sludge Bomb doesn't work on this. So, he goes out into his Galvantula. I predict him to go for a Electric type move or some sort of Bug Buzz or something, predicting that he does go for Thunder, and he does hit it, bringing my Lucario down to about 40 health, as I am Focus Sash, so I withdraw my Ezio and go out into mine, now predicting the Sticky Wedge to come out, but he just goes out into the Volt Switch, which does unfortunately tank out Mayan, and at this point I'm sitting there going, oh no, this isn't good. I'm sitting there going, oh my goodness, this isn't good, because he can now set up Sticky Webs free willingly, but I do have my Salamence and whatnot here, so I go on to Ezio. Either he doesn't know I have Bullet Punch, or he doesn't think I have it, so I go ahead and go for the Bullet Punch this time, because I figure Ezio is going to die to this Gardevoir. Bullet Punch being super effective over Extreme Speed, that's a no-brainer, and plus it's Stab being Steel type. So he does go for the Moonblast, and this does take out Ezio, my Lucario, unfortunately. But Ezio did enough damage to where my Salamence can now come in. My Hydra the Salamence, who is Choice Scarfed Adamant with max attack and speed. So I do go ahead and use Earthquake on this Gardevoir, which does take it out. And this is where things go into my favor, because I am Scarf Moxie Mence, Giving that, I am Moxie, and whatever he wants to send in is just basically going to die to an Earthquake, because I'm locked into Earthquake. He has no flyers. If he had flyers, I probably wouldn't win for it, but he goes into Embor. Earthquake is going to do just enough to take it out and give me another Moxie boost. So at this point, this game is pretty much wrapped up. It was a good game, Supra, very, very close. It was almost, you almost got me probably to a 2-0 if I hadn't been careful. But I think I played very, very good in this match, guys. If you guys did enjoy this match, make sure to leave a like down below as we get the Salamence sweep here in the last bit of the match. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you leave a like. Also, go check out Supra's point of view and his channel and Twitter. All the links are down in the description down below, guys. So thank you so much for joining us, and I'll see you guys in the next week as we go against... Who did we actually go against? We go against... I know who we go against. We go against... Hold on, I got it. As we go against the San Antonio Skiplooms, aka Kova. So we're going to go ahead and go against the San Antonio Skiplooms for week 3, guys. And I will update you guys about the week 1 battle with Corona, aka Statchel. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you guys did like it, make sure to leave a like and comment down below who you think is going to be in the best in the NPC so far. So we are 2-0 as of right now. Hopefully we can take home the gold and win this championship in the NPC. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you guys want to support the Charlotte Houndooms, make sure you smash that like button down below for me. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a fantastic day.